Right, what they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now the first carry here for their running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. His third rushing touchdown on the year and fourth overall. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And to the 30-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Then we're going to 53.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. You look at this Raiders defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
We're going to 54. What do you think?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Take it in at the 22. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9 now. Looking middle, and that's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
On 3rd down, Turner. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Why ain't?
Give running right is Mitchell. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Yeah! Here we go! What a take! At 47! What a take!
Prescott on play action. And the Raiders have got him. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. Breaks a tackle. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 24 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To throw is Prescott. Dancing to his left. Dances by him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Prescott to throw it. Man open, here is Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Lance going to sneak it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Prescott. Flushed out right. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Powerful running. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And this throw will be intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Turner. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Marquise Bell in on that stop.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now a 3rd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Going to 53.
A handoff from Mitchell running left. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Here we go.
Now Prescott. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's Turner. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll run with Tucker. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down and 8. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Turner. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game. Carlson able to put this one through. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Prescott. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
2nd and 9. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw. This pass into the hands of Turner. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Fighting through it. He's got space. He's into space past the 25. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, it's Turner. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Now a 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
One last shot now for Prescott. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. Oh, and now some space to operate. Still on his feet. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas